the Hazzard car, and I want to show you all something that even happens to me. If you look real closely right through here, we got a little spider web, and that's from using Mr. Rattle Can here. And it happens to me, it happens to all of us. One of two things. One, it's either too cold to spray paint, which that's happens to me a lot, or it's when you spray it, it's not degassing and it's not curing. It's just basically, it's just one of those things. And there's other factors when you use spray cans. If you ever see me use a spray can, I usually mist everything. Just a real light coat, that way it just gives it something to stick on. And then, or if I need to do like not a heavy coat, I'll spray off to the side and do like they do on real car paint, with the real big spray guns, and go in one direction, and that helps out too. But anyway, it does happen. But if you ever get the little spider webs, I do two things. I'll either take some thinner and a little bit of a rag and just basically get just a little section of it. Don't have to strip the whole thing because it's unnecessary. I'll strip that down, or I'll take sandpaper and I'll just sand down just sand down the area until it's smooth, and then spray it and you'll be good to go. I had it also happen to the back here. I got a little more sanding to do on here, and then sand the top here, and then I'll finish painting it white. And then what I'll do is I was going to use gloss coat, but I noticed it's been happening like this with the primer, which is crazy. Don't understand that, but anyway, I'm going to continue on using the primer, and then the gloss I'm going to use Future on there, so it'll be shiny, and that should work out. But anyway, that's what I want to show everyone before I get a little further ahead. The ball tank, I did have to fix the light, and I took some Tulip, which is thick acrylic paint, and I just had a little bit of a gap on the edge of the light, and I'm going to go back in with the paint, and I'll just touch up the light fixture, and I'll be good to go on that. So I'm pretty much done with the ball tank. Now I'm on to the figure. And one thing I do is I don't paint like everyone else because I'm not a figure painter, and I kind of change it up just a tad. I basically use three colors when I do Caucasians, and that's a flat flesh, basic skin tone, and a dark flesh. And of course I'll use white and a brown here, like the flesh wash, which I'll explain that in a minute. But anyway, what I've done so far is just got a basic skin tone base coat down. That's just getting in all the crevices and everything. It's lightly done. I need to go back in and put just one more coat just to get everything nicely covered, and then I will go back in and I like to do the whites of the eyes, and then I'll put the eyeballs, which I don't really they're going to look like more like they're squinting. I don't really do distinguish eyeballs in 1/35 because you're trying to see her eyes in 1/35 scale. But anyway, what I'll do is I'll try to explain and show everyone when I paint. Once I get her base coat down, I'm going to put I'll put a wash on, and that'll get in all her crevices. Then I'll add a little bit of shadows, and then I'll start doing the highlights, because I like to go from dark to light. That way you can control a little bit better. But I want to try to get her face and most of her painted, because then I'll have to get her attached to the base and attached to the gun, so I can sculpt her fingers and put her and paint her hand. But anyway, we'll do that last. But anyway, that's where I am on Helga, and next video I'll try to show you the uniform colors that I want to accomplish on her. But anyway, she is taking shape. The mono wheel, I'm not going to bore everyone to death here on the mono wheel. I got the edges here all puttied and sanded, and I just got to sand it one more time, and I got most of it primered, and we are pretty much ready to go on the back here. I just got a little details there. I'm going to go back in and scribe a few things, get the edge of the wheel here and all that. Just little piddly things that don't want to bore everyone to death. The front here, I added the little more styrene on there, and I'm going to start sanding that shape. You can see where I've already pretty much done that. Added the back fins, and I just got to sand it down and just sand it to shape and everything, and then ready to attach it hopefully in about a week. And then we can do the fun stuff, adding detail to it. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. Mono wheel slowly taking shape. We are at the beginning stages of painting Helga. And of course, we got a little spider webbing going on the Hazzard car. But anyway, that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.